hopefully that will work. So everybody, let's start. We've got what I'm going to do is start with 2 outer domes, please. Just the booby ones. And what we're going to do here is we're going to start doing some standing work. And now what I'd like you to do is with the standing work, know that this is not a good stance, okay? This is too short a stance. And part of what I've been noticing with clients coming in is that they're coming in having had fall. And what we want to do is avoid a fall if we can. So we need to, yeah, that might make it less glary. So what we want to do is have your 2 large domes here in a wide stance or a big stride, okay? What Claire's doing is she's got her heel on the back one and her toe on the front one. So she's in heel stride, okay? And what the wide stance, remember, if you're walking too small stance like this, you're going to fall. So Claire, what you're going to do, and everybody else you'll follow, is Claire, you're going to bend the front knee, keep the back leg straight first. Right. Should I put the music up too high anyway? And then you're going to come back. Okay? So forward. So we're just getting a forward lunge. And so those of you who teach Zoom, you know what I mean. It's that forward lunge, checking that you've got the recording on and then going back. Good. So then, Claire, what you're going to do is we'll do about 10 like that. So just do, that was roughly about 4, wasn't it? About 4. Yeah. 4. Okay, so just 2 more like that. And then what everyone you're going to do is start with your front knee bent, bend your back knee and straighten your front leg. And then straighten your back leg, bend your front knee. I know. Bend, bend, straighten, straighten the front one, and then straighten the back one. Bend, bend. So bend the back one as well. Yes, that's it. As if you've got the Queen visiting. I mean, gosh, she's a bit too old. She's not going to, she shouldn't be allowed out anymore, should she? She's a vulnerable group. Out, straighten that back leg. Good. So bend, bend, and back. So I'll do about 10 like this. So whatever that number is, I've forgotten how to count. But somebody else does. 1 at a time. Yeah, and straighten and straighten. Lovely. Now, Claire, I'm going to hold your hand to the face. So this time, what you're going to do, straight, keep the front leg straight. And you're just going to lift your heel up and down. Now, when you do this, everyone, sorry, you can lift my head if you like. And what you're going to do is, so can you see how Claire wants to just suck it up in the hip? I want her to have the knee just a little bit softened. And now lift the heel up. Yeah, good. And then down. Up. You feel that more in the calf muscle there itself, Claire? Yeah. And yeah, good. Nice. And back. And again, you do 10 like this. I feel so patronised. Queen Orange has jumped me. That's good. Now, come up and down. So, as I said, about 10 like that. Now, Claire, what you can do is from there, you can lean forward, check to make sure the Zoom is still working on your computer, adjust the camera. Yeah, that's it. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. And then come back up. And just do 2 more like that. Lean forward. Now, what I want you to do when you do this is keep your eye line down. Press the hip back and press the head forward. Bend this knee just a little bit, Claire, so that we can keep the hips there. Yeah, nice. Feel that? Yeah. And you have the table, you press down and you've got that to give a little bit more activation. Nice. Good. And off there. A little more growth. Play the shell game. How's that feel? Hopefully everyone's feeling a little looser in the hips, and we're just going to come back and do the same thing. The clay heel there, toe there. And you'll remember everything we just did, didn't you? Yes. I always love that image of Dory the fish in Finding Nemo, just forward and back. And I feel like Clay can probably go into a bigger stride if she wanted to. You don't have to, we can stay there long. Sure. Yep, so let's go a little bit wider. So remember what we were talking about before, the wider stance. So the first one is just bending the knee and there. And remember, part of this is, one, you're going to get a nice little hip flexor stretch, but two, you're actually working dorsiflexion of your ankle, okay? So really important stage for those people who have limited ankle range and don't want to trip. Okay. You know, if you haven't seen it, look at the blog that I wrote on drop foot, and it talks lots about what can happen when things go wrong here. Okay, nice. Now, Claire, we're going to do the queen curtsy thing. So bend the front knee, bend the back knee, straighten the front leg, straighten the back leg. Good. Bend, bend, straighten, straighten. So keep doing that, and I'll just for record's sake. One way to progress this nicely is to put that little slope arrangement where you put the dome and you put it on the angle. And so it makes it a little bit more unstable, but you know, like our emotional state. Keep it stable for as long as you can before you add in a moving surface, okay? How's that feel? Good. What did we do next? Oh yeah, we did the heel lift. Lift the back heel, good. Up and down. Nice. Ow, love that noise. So about 10 like that, just getting that ankle moving, getting some soleus work here. I'm going to do the lean forward. So there. So remembering, keeping the hips square, neck long, head into my hand, sits bones back, really lean forward. Yeah, that's it. And then come back. And just do 3. Keeping the hips nice and long and square. Oh, Claire, are you shaking? No. It's the monitor. Oh, it's the monitor. Oh, okay, sorry. Poor internet connection. It's fine. Come up there. And then what you're going to do is just bring these closer together, the big domes together. Now, you're going to put your toes on each of the domes and your heels down. Now, so again, dorsiflexion, but now lift your heels up. Good. And down. So we're just working on getting the calf muscles released, getting your dorsiflexion happening. Remember, good posture starts from strong legs and ability to walk. What we start seeing is that, you know, as we're sort of stuck indoors, we take smaller steps. We work on less uneven, we work on more even ground. Unless you live in my house where there's Lego everywhere. But in most cases, people are working on very steady spaces. And so when they get released into the out, you're going to start seeing problems with the floor. That's me. I feel very biblical right now with that light coming down. How's that feel? Good. So if you can now, I want you all to find your best ballerina pose, toes on the domes. And bring your heels together and lifting up and down. Now it's not just jumping. What I'd like you to do, Claire, is as you sit there, I'm going to get you to feel like you're bringing your heels forward. Let's turn to the camera there for a second so that everybody can see you, okay? So when she does this, so lifting up, so what we want to do is see here where this nice little pink heel is. I want her to feel that lifting up and coming forward. Yeah, better. Forward. You like you're lifting your heels up, so zipping up the inner thighs. A bit harder, is it? I'm actually going to find a better spot. And so this sense of diamond positioning and the way the heels sit is going to become much more important for you when we do some of the seated work shortly, where we're going to do some work about getting the legs and the hips moving as well. Smile, smile, smile. Smile, hold, hold, hold. That's it. And then you can lower. So let me give you that. Now, we're going to get these two little paddle things, okay, the bases, and I'm going to get you to put them on the floor, okay? And I like to use the big dome, okay, so that your heel is going to rest on there. So this is going to be like a little rotator disc. So can you put your toes right in the very center and your heel on there. So we're coming back to that nice little ballerina position. Now what you can see is if she's cheating, what she's going to do is have all the pressure come to the edge, the front edge. What I want her to do is lift your feet up a bit so that there's more pressure evenly on the dome. So if you can feel that the dome's not centered and you can feel if things are sliding down to on a slope, oh gosh, I need to get like a director or something. You'll understand. So what you're going to do now, Claire, is you're going to just lift your heels up, just a smidge, both heels. And then down. Is that okay? Yeah. And down. And you'll feel that there's a little wobble happening, not just in the legs, but just there. Good. Now, if you're being really kind, like I would be, is you then get yourself to close your eyes as you lift your heels up. Oh, yeah. Don't fall. So make sure you're near a wall. So it's just one of those examples to show you how much you use your eyes to fix and stabilize yourself, okay? So the visual system is an important part of your balance system, and it is important, but what you don't want to do is become so reliant on it. It's just one of 3 systems. Lifting up, hold, hold, hold. Now stay there, Claire. Keep your heels up. You can open your eyes. Oh, are they up? They are. Now, I'm going to rotate the heels out to the side and back. So you're like on a little rotator disc. Nice. And remember, we're at nice church shoes height. We're not in stilettos, okay? We're in nice, polite shoes. Up and down. So you're just going to circle around. It should make your glutes work that little bit, okay? I don't know if anybody is able to get into their skinny jeans at the moment. All of that nice pandemic posturing, COVID carbohydrates. That's it. Good. How's that feel? Good. Yeah, nice. Up and round and down. Now, what you can do is you can lower the heel so that just lift your heels up, put your in there. So it's going to be harder for you to balance on the disc, okay? So lifting up and lift that a little bit higher. Oh, is that harder? Go figure. And then hold, hold, hold. Now separate the two. And there. Now stay there and bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees. Beautiful. And then. Is somebody eating chocolate while they're watching me? That's the perfect thing to do, in fact. I hope it's a good quality chocolate. And good. And one more time, lifting up and twist around. So again, I'll probably do maybe 10 to 15. And if you have a broomstick, just use that as a little strategy. Good, Claire. Come on up there, have a little walk around. Oh, nice. Feel the gloves? Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab a nice little chair. I, of course, can't just have a little timber chair up. I have to paint my IKEA chairs, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is it can be a dining room chair, it doesn't matter. But what you're going to do is insert one butt cheek on each of those. Okay. How's it feel? Yeah, what we're going to do is, again, I've got my little base, and Claire, you're going to put your feet on each base, okay? And you're going to lift your feet up just a bit. Now, beautiful ladylike legs, so let's just separate them just a bit. Lift your heels up, bring the heels together, okay? Yeah. Oh, train us back. Okay, so hopefully what you've done here, so let's go back, is that when you bent your knee, you've actually rotated from the femur, not from the knee. Lift the heel, good. Love it. Now from there, if you can, and it might not slide very well, see if you can slide the leg out, just one at a time. And then back in. So again, this is really nice if you're on a Zoom meeting, like a staff meeting, because then what you can do is, you know, you've got your nice dress and your good earrings on, and you can do all of this under the desk while you're annoyed. Good. So just a really nice way to release the glute, but also work on getting your knee lengthening out. Yeah, you've got it. Beautiful. How's that feel? Easy on both sides. Yep. So you'll do maybe about 5 to 6 on each side. And then if you're feeling really smarty pants, you're going to rotate and do both feet at the same time. So take it out, slide them both out. Yeah. I have to scoot back a little bit, sorry dear, because, you know, this is where, you know, if I had Steven Spielberg here, it would all be perfect, and you know, it would all be set up. And lift the heels up again, bring the heels together, slide the legs out. Now, what you can do from here, if you're feeling really smart, is you're going to take from keep the legs turned out, and slide the legs out to the side. Nice. How's that feel? And bring the heels back. Lovely. And forward. Take the hips on. Fortunately, it wasn't a wardrobe dysfunction. That's just sliding the legs forward. And then what you're going to do is just circle your fingers around. Get your glutes working. Nice. And the spiky thing underneath the hip, under the glute, should give you just that nice little bit of release. How's that feeling, Claire? That's one leg for it. And so if you're doing this, maybe I'll do 5 to 6 with the spiky domes underneath, and then take them out and then see what it feels like without them. Hopefully your bottom is feeling wider, because that's something you all want. How's that feel? That's good, yeah. Activated, like arms. Okay, so stand up, have a little walk around, and just check in on that. While I do that, I'm now going to get her to sit on the middle domes. Okay, now what we did, the first one was to have the wider spiky dome under the hip to just really help release the glute and the piriformis, okay, because that can really get locked. The second version is we're going to put the middle domes, and she's just going to sit on them right on your sits bones, okay? So this is so the idea is by sitting on the sits bones there, you're going to get a really nice release of your pelvic floor muscles. So sorry. I'll probably get banned on YouTube for talking about pelvic floor. But the idea is that there are a lot of muscles that attach there. Okay, can you feel that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I'm going to get you to do, Claire, is just to sit there, bring your feet further forward. Okay. And we're going to all see if we can just find a central point. Let the pelvic floor hammock just hang there. And hands on your knees. And what you're going to do is just hinge back just a little bit, like you're doing a flat back on the high barrel or on your reformer long box, short box. And then come forward. Nice. How's that feel? Mm-hmm. Hinge back. And forward. Now, you'll do 6 like that, and then we're just going to do 6 pecking forward, okay? The idea is that we're trying to keep a sense of connection from your sits bones to the top of your head. So we're also going to get all of the back extensors working. Can you feel that? Okay. My suggestion is that as you press forward, you press into your big toe. As you hinge back, you feel like your heels pressing down into the ground and you're just hinging back. How's that feel? Just back and forward, just about 10 times, okay? Nice. Now, if I was in the studio, what I love to do is this version on the Wonder Chair. And I love to do this as a way of just getting the pelvic floor connection happening and getting the back extensors working. So what I would do is get your legs to lift up as you hinge back and press forward. Press legs down on the pedal as you hinge forward. Does that feel?
Surprisingly good.
Oh, damned with they press. Now the other part of what I would also suggest, and some of you, I'm sorry if you've done this with me before, is that we're going to add in the sounds of the pelvic floor, okay? So very often what I see is clients do all of this work and they're trying to connect the pelvic floor and they squeeze, 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 squeeze. And really what we're wanting to do is actually be able to release the muscle so that we can connect it a little bit better, okay? And yes, this is all about this pandemic posture. You know, you're sitting, you're not moving on. So let's think of this. I want you all, as you hinge forward, to make the sound and forward and then stay centered and try that. Good. No judging, just observe. Now we're also going to try the sound or So some of you may find one of those sounds has helped you release those muscles. Don't know which, it's okay. Culturally different people, and the sound will get a different result for you, for some people. Just remember that what are the 2 sounds or 2 words you're most likely to hear in a maternity ward when a baby's trying to come out? I'll let you work those words out. But what we're really trying to do when we're using those sounds is to allow you to release the pelvic floor so that then when you go to add your next movement, you can engage and connect that muscle a little bit more. Can you feel that? Sorry, it's probably a bit personal for public thing, but that's all right. You know, it's Pilates. So this time, what I'm going to get you to do is just hinge back on your breath out. And then as you sit, or whichever works for you, and then go back and back. Nice. Lovely. You can have a little walk around and just see how that feels. So that's just a little tip for how you might find some ways to release your pelvic floor muscles. Or, and why I say the pelvic floor is because what happens is a lot of people start squeezing with their butt cheeks, and it means that you go into an anterior tilt, okay? And it means that there's a whole weakness that happens not only in the front of the pelvic floor, but also in the transverse muscles and are locking. And so again, this often you'll see this as a change of posture because people haven't been coming in for proper classes, or we're all just doing really weird stuff at home, okay? Feel better? So, next, what you're going to do is take your little ones and, no, you're not putting them on your pelvic floor. What you're going to do is find where your sits bones are, where you just worked, and you're just going to put that at the front of your sits bones into your hamstring attachment point. You can sit on there, Claire. Actually, Claire, I might put you over this side because the sun is just streaming onto you. And then, so can you see Claire still a little bit better? What you're going to do is as you sit onto that, you are going to find your centre balance point that we've just worked on. And that's it. Keep the light out. We don't want any light in our lives at the moment. So what you're going to do is press your heel down into the floor and feel the heel slides back into my foot. Yeah, good. So the idea is that what you're wanting to do here is get a little bit of hamstring activation. Claire's using the small dome to actually trigger at the hamstring attachment point for where they attach to the ischial tuberosities. By sliding her heel back into my foot, it creates a contraction of the hamstring. It's quite strong, isn't it? Yep. And now put your toes down on the ground as well. And what I'd like you to do is try and do about 5 of these on each side. Remembering, as I said, that posture changes. People's hips come forward a little bit, they're tilting, and they lock here in their sacrum and their lumbar spine. So what I'm wanting you to do is get the hamstring released a little bit, but also strong enough to bring the pelvis back and create that little pelvic tilt so that you can unlock the sacrum lumbar spine. Because then what happens is, if you're walking like this, you're not getting your hip hamstrings active. Claire, you do the other side. I'm just talking to keep it there. Hopefully you're all doing that. So you can record, this is all being recorded so you can go back and understand why. So what I'm wanting her to do is get the hamstring pulling the ilium down a little bit so I have more space in my lumbar spine, but it also gives me more space for my hamstrings to get that good hip extension so that when I swing my leg, I can take a bigger stance, okay? I want you to stride on out. We've been stuck at home. We want to be out and about. Does that feel? Good. So once you've done that, everybody stand up, have a little walk around. I want you to do your best little jig and feel how your body's moving. Yeah, can you feel that? Yeah. That's strong. So again, a lot of your clients are probably also, complaining about sore lower back. Getting them to get some of this release is really nice. Now, I feel though that one of the things that we may need to add into your day-to-day existence is some little stuff for your neck and shoulders as well. Because I don't know about you, but I'm like this all day. And I know, so Claire, what we're going to do is I've got some nice little sneaky things that I've been playing with. You can sit there. Everybody, grab your, oh gosh, this is like me all the time, your timber base, okay? And what we're going to do is use the edge of the timber base. Right on the edge. So what you're going to do is you're going to just grab the edge of on the edge and just dig it in. Is that okay? Mm. So just dig it in and just along the edge of your scalp. Okay, where your scalp, you'll have to do some yourself. Sorry, Claire. To get the edge. No. Yeah, good. Nice. Just get all in along there. Ooh. And sort of dig it in, lift in there. Some of you might not like this, but yeah. I love it. And just get that, use that base. if you go and see the, you know, those really fantastic Eastern Chinese medicine people in Hong Kong, not that anyone's going to Hong Kong for a while, but if you ever go, they're these little massage therapist guys would get in and their thumbs would be like this, or they would get in with a, what they call a scraper, and it would be all along this. I was just like, oh. So now that I'm not going to Hong Kong for a while, hopefully not going anywhere for a while, I had to find some solutions. How's that feel? Yeah, that's good. And what's also kind of nice, Sherry Trentini showed me this one, thanks Sherry. What you can do is you can get that there, and it's like a mobile phone. You can dig into the edge of your shoulder, in there, just get it in there, and then dig in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like an ugly little pain. You probably wouldn't give this to your clients, but and this is secret Pilates tip, it's okay. Oh. Get in there, yeah, nice. Now, the next one, I'd just like to say thank you to some gyro teachers that reminded me of this, is what we're going to do is put this little button, yeah, I can see some of you going, yeah, you keep talking, I've just got to get scraping. You're going to put the little one in the very middle. Now, in gyro, we do all of this work about trying to release at the base of your skull. So what you're going to do is, you just put your hands behind, and you just put that little thing right at the occiput and sort of, yeah, nice. And then sort of move it around. How's that feel? Yeah. And then you can press your head back. You can go into an arch. You just smile, but you went into that happy pain, didn't you? And then just roll back. Okay. Now, again, you know to be very careful about who you're going to do this for. You're not going to do this for certain clients who have very got stenosis in the neck or things like that. But for those clients like this, what I really like about this is it just helps you place the neck back in, and then you can just massage around. And then you take your little thing and you're just going to put that just on the top there. I know. And again, I kind of like the way, sorry, I'm kind of in a happy space when I do that. I just love the way that when you just get it on that little fontanelle point there, that you can use the timber base just to help move in just that little bit better. Oh, the joy. Nice. Just move along there and just help release some of the neck tension. So again, most of this session has really been about you either standing or sitting. We were just trying to avoid doing any lying down stuff. Part of what while I have a chat to you about some of this too, grab your little one, and now I want you just to put this just at your sternoclavicular notch. And I'm just going to get you to pull that down as you bring your chin to your chest. Yeah, just so that's here, sorry, Claire. And you're going to put it on your sternum, around a bit, yeah. You're going to slide it down, bring your chin to your chest. Yeah, nice. Open your mouth, take your head back, and pull it down even more. Lovely. So it's all about this stretch through here. Yeah, it's kind of intense, isn't it? So just do that. You can do it with the middle dome as well. Just depends which, you prefer. Kind of like the intensity of the little one myself. But the idea is that all of this is done seated or standing, so you don't have to get clients up and off the floor. And I'm still not very good at this whole Zoom lighting stuff, but I know that for all of us, you do find that process in a Zoom class really kind of hard, because you want to have the camera set up in one spot. So you really don't want your clients having to get up and down the floor and adjusting the camera. How's that feel?
Oh, I'll just keep going.
Okay, well, that's nice to know that that worked. So That's all I'm going to teach for now. I promise I will do some more sessions. I've got a nice little session coming for you all around the neck and the shoulder and the collarbone more. And I'm working on a particular series on a fascia for you as well. But just bear with me. I'm just giving you like 30 to 40 minutes. And what I will do from here is I'm going to download, with fingers crossed, download the video, and then I'm going to upload it hopefully on the YouTube channel and on Vimeo and share it with you all. Fingers crossed that that goes right, okay? I take no responsibility if I really don't get this right, but I've tried, okay? And then I will advertise when the next one's going to be, and just keep an eye and ask me any questions. And if you want me to do a very specific class about how to use this, you just tell me and we'll find some other ways as well. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy. Bye.
Bye. I think I got this right. Now what do I do? Sorry. Oh, someone's asked a question. Thank you. Bye. Now what do I do? Sorry.